The Los Santos Drug Wars DLC just released in GTA 5 Online, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can get the new business, the Acid Lab. It's not the simplest process, which is why it's going to be important to watch this entire video. So the first thing to note is that you're going to have to complete 6 missions, and it's going to take you probably an hour, hour and a half. And then after that, you're going to have to do a setup mission, and then finally you're going to have the business. So in order to get access to this, you're going to have to be called by Ron, and he should call you within about a minute of getting into an online session, and then you're going to have to drive over to Blaine County and start up the first dose mission. And this is when you're going to be introduced to all the new characters, with the most important one being Dax. He's going to be the one who takes you throughout the entire process, your touch point, in order to get the Acid Lab. Now, if you'd like to go into the missions completely blind, I'd suggest skipping this part. This is just for people who want to know the easiest way to get through these. First, the first dose, it's going to start off with you having a firefight. It's very simple, take out the enemies, and then you're going to have to go recover an RV. Very simple mission, go get the RV, take it back, and that is when you're going to be introduced to the Freakshop, because you're going to drive the RV back to the Freakshop, which is similar to the MC Clubhouse, and you will see later on why it's important, but that's going to now be a new location for you in GTA 5 Online. You can set it as a spawn location, and just outside of it is going to be where you're going to start the next 5 first dose missions. So the second first dose mission, you'll be able to start up right next to the Freakshop. You'll have to be called by Dax first, of course, but you're going to get this option, go into it, and this one is another fairly simple one. You're first going to have to get a truck at the shipyard, take that truck, and there's going to be supplies that you're going to have to get on the other side of the yard. Pick that stuff up. You're going to be driving off, and there's going to be a bunch of enemies from this opposing MC gang, and they're going to start shooting at your supplies, and eventually it will catch on fire. And don't worry, the truck is supposed to blow up. Don't freak out about that, because the mission's not over. You're actually then going to be sent over to their clubhouse, and you're going to have to go over there, take out a bunch of enemies. I'm letting you know now, this whole process is a bunch of fighting. You're going to have to get into so many firefights, but you're going to enter the clubhouse, take a picture of some of their plans there, and then also you get a little touchback to the Caroprico heist. You're going to have to grab a bag and take some green stuff from the clubhouse as well, to what they call like covering our expenses for missing out on the product that was destroyed. But I like how they're mixing in things from other parts or other DLCs or other parts of the game, so that was cool. You pick up all the green stuff from this clubhouse, you escape. Once again, you're gonna have to get into a firefight, which I didn't show, and then you come back here to the Freakshop. Like I said, this is gonna be your home base, so everything's gonna be surrounding this, and the Acid Lab eventually will be a mobile business, but this is what you're gonna need to get at first. The third mission is by far, in my opinion, the hardest one. This is where it starts to heat up, so get ready for it. First, you're going to have to go to a location in Blaine County where you have to take out a bunch of these gang members, and then also their bikes. So destroy all the property that's there. This should probably take maybe 5 minutes or so, taking out all these guys, 5-10 minutes maybe. And then you're going to be given another location you're going to have to go to, and at this location, you're going to have to steal 5 packages of the blue stuff. And so that's the first location there. It's in the first warehouse on your right. There is also a lab that's on the far right hand side of the compound, or the far side of the compound, where there's going to be 2 people you have to take out. This is going to be a massive firefight, so make sure you have ammo, bring snacks with you, because this whole process and this mission is going to be quite a bit. And if you don't, it took me quite a few times to get through it because I didn't know where I was going. I didn't look anything up first, but this is going to be the next 2 packages. That's the second location. The third location is out in the middle of the courtyard, so make sure you take out everybody around you. The fourth location is over here on the docks. There's going to be 2 more packages there. The fifth location is going to be in like this dinghy boat that is next to one of the buildings here. You could just look at the mini map where I am and see where to get it. And then the final location is actually at the very beginning where we first came in. I just forgot to get it. So we did that. Now you have to go to the dodo that was at the docks, and you're going to have to steal it and fly it back to Los Santos. And when you get to Los Santos, you're going to have to then land it in the canal, right in the water, and you've completed the mission. Like I said, this is by far the most difficult one. Take your time if you need to, but I hope me showing you all the locations helps, because that's really what took me the longest to figure out. Let's get into the next mission. So the fourth one is by far the most enjoyable, and if you've played through it, you know, you essentially go on a wild acid trip, and it is a ton of fun. It's essentially like a complex stunt race. So I won't spoil the whole thing for you, but it's very simple, and essentially you go through it all and end with skydiving, and you're essentially like indestructible, so don't worry about trying to land somewhere safe. You could land anywhere. I landed on a roof, as you will see, and you finish it off and you're all done. By far the easiest mission and by far the best. It was a ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed too. The fifth mission is a very simple one. All you're gonna have to do is go to a location where there's a bunch of tents. I suggest using strictly sticky bombs. Place one on, blow it up, and the tent's destroyed. There's a bunch of essentially equipment you're gonna have to destroy, but you could literally just put a sticky bomb on the tent and it blows it all up, so you're fine. And that colorful van that I just passed, keep that in mind where that is, because that's gonna be important afterwards. So once you destroy all of these equipment in the tents, you're gonna have to go over to the van, and you're gonna just hop in the van and then hop right out. All you're doing is getting GPS locations from the van, so that's literally all you have to do. And then there's gonna be 3 other, I guess you could call them hippie vans, that you have to destroy along the way. Once you do that, you're then gonna be giving another location. Yes, these missions are quite layered. Another location where you're gonna have to blow up a bunch more vans. And once you've done all of that, once again, I highly suggest using sticky bombs. You don't even have to get into a gunfight here. Just go drive up to the vans, take them out with the sticky bombs. Very, very simple. They're colorful as well, makes it easy to see. Once you've done that, there's gonna be a helicopter. Take out the helicopter with an RPG or shoot the pilot, doesn't matter what. And that is the mission done. And now you're at the home stretch, and we have the final one off the rails. This is going to be the mission where you actually go and steal the acid lab itself. It's like a 6x6 Brickade, I think is what it's called. So you're going to have to go over to the Humane Laboratories, and you could try to get through here stealthily, which is what I tried to do at first, but it really doesn't work. There's going to be a guard at the beginning, there's cameras. I suggest just plowing through, because regardless, you're going to end up getting in a firefight. They're going to be alarmed regardless, so go through, and you're going to have to get to a keypad. That's the most important thing. So you're going to get to the keypad. Once you hack the keypad, you're going to unlock the door. There is no actual hack, but you'll just unlock the door, get into the lab, and then once you get in there, you're going to have to steal a bunch of chemicals. But first, you're going to have to get into a firefight, of course, because this entire process has just been tons of fighting. So nothing new here. You're going to have to take out some of the security that are here, and then once you get into the actual loading bay, there's 2 things you're going to have to do. 1, take a picture of the documents that are up here on the wall. Boom, take a picture for DAX. 2, open some of these crates to try to find the chemicals that you'll have to collect. And then once you get through that process, there's going to be a bunch of crates here. You're then going to be given a location to divert a train, which is the second half of this mission. So there's going to be a train that you have to divert. You're going to have to get there before the train gets there. Divert the train, it's going to crash, and then you're going to have to get to the crash site, open up a bunch of the crates that were on the train to collect chemicals. You're doing the same thing twice. I don't really understand this, but whatever. Collect the chemicals. And finally, once you've gone through all these different crates and collected the 5 that you need, and there's going to be a bunch of Merryweather around it, once you've done that, you're then going to get to the final platform that has, yes, the acid lab. At last, we finally have the acid lab. So you're going to get it, drive it off of the platform that it's on, and then you're going to take it back to the Freakshop. And once we have taken it back to the Freakshop, we are done. We have now secured the acid lab for ourselves, but we will have to do the setup mission so that we can actually start creating product with it. So the setup's very easy. There's going to be a few different locations on the map that you could go to. I just went to the one that's closest to me. Enter this warehouse. There's going to be a bunch of enemies. You got to take them out. This one's one of the easier missions, so don't worry, it's not too difficult. Take them out. You're going to have to grab a forklift, and then there's going to be 3 pallets of lab equipment. Put the lab equipment on the truck, and once you've done all 3, you're then going to drive the truck back to, of course, the Freakshop. And once you've done that, you've now completed the setup for the acid lab. And finally, in order to purchase it, all you gotta do is go over to Mutt in the Freakshop, press the prompt that says you want to buy it for $750,000, and boom, you're done. That's how you can get the acid lab in GTA 5. Now, I will be releasing a video on how to maximize the money with the acid lab in the next day or so, but here is just the intro shot that you get when you get into the acid lab. It's pretty interesting. It's set up mainly like an MC business, so you're gonna have to buy supplies. You could either buy them in the acid lab itself, or you could call Mutt. So it's similar to having like the Lupo with the cargo crates, which is cool. So you're going to have 2 ways to supply. You're then just going to sell supplies once they've made you enough acid. The original business itself doesn't make you a lot of money, but if you do 10 Fooligan missions just by calling up Dax, completing them, you will be able to unlock the upgrades for the business. So we're hoping that they do a decent amount of good for your actual stock amount and the speed that your stock can build up. But we don't know yet because each Fooligan mission has a 48-minute cooldown, so a little unfortunate, but we'll see in the near future. Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Peace.